It's a pleasure to have you here at the Bloomberg TV HP Workflow Transformation Summit. MFPs primarily address three major trends: workflow digitization, cloud, and mobility. Time saving, paper wastage, high running cost, lack of adequate quality and color prints, users struggle with uploading content to shared resources on the network. What challenges in workflow management do you see? And briefly also touch upon what solutions have you been considering so far?
Workflows, as an organization, we definitely have certain workflow systems enabled, primarily from our employee self-service portals perspective, where employee leaves, where there's a workflows enabled for that, as well as for all the online travel requests. These are two workflows which are already in place. More than enterprise application, I will look as a normal end user. As IT infrastructure head, when we are servicing so many 20,000 plus end users, and we receive around roughly around 1 lakh plus service request. Service request is anything, any new request, whether it's as simple as asking for a new domain, a user ID, or an IMAG form. All these requests are still paper based. So challenge for me as infrastructure head and for the organization is how we can put this entire process of handling the service request from end users to an automated workflow, which can really help our end users. So I think that's one area which we are quite actively looking at, and which is a pain point which we want to address. And definitely there are many other workflows as an organization we are looking for, we are already working on.
He brought out a very important point. We seem to be using a lot of paper at a very low level. That is requisition slips and stuff like that. While the same paper and the same printing expenditure can be spent on printing beautiful documents. For example, we'll come back to that. Mr. Jain, do you see similar challenges in your organization?
There are challenges in the area of administrative processes. So if I start with the product development, we have a central repository called Product Data Management System, and most of our designs and drawings and software files are stored and globally shared from there. So I don't see those challenges with papers in the product designs and documents. But when we come to day-to-day admin processes like payments, vouchers, or material receipts, or goods receipts, definitely they are paper-based and they require a physical signature. So these are definitely challenges where we are using paper, and probably that can be avoided.
You talked about designs and documents, and you have your own central repository. How do you today capture these designs and documents and store them in your central repository?
Right. So if I talk about the mechanical drawings, they are typically generated through the design tools like ProE or similar tools, CATIA. And similarly, the electronics designs, they are created with tools like OrCAD and Proton. And so they straight away give you the digital output, and you can convert it into PDF and then store it. If you take the software deliverables, again they are in the binary or executables. So that's again a digital content which we can put into the repository.
And when somebody wants to take a print of those, how do they go about?
So basically, first they will have access to the repository. It's a global repository, so there are predefined set of accesses depending on the nature of your job function and the need. So once you get the access, you download the document from there, and then there is a shared printer across the facility where you can shoot a network print and then go walk down to the printer and collect pages.
Yeah. So MFPs are designed to do away with that intermediary. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I think I think there are two aspects to this, right? So one definitely is that we just spoke about the information being all that content just exploding, right? And it's just going on, and I wish it does, because I wish success to each and every organization that we have more number of employees, and we have a higher turnover, and that information just explodes. But at the same time, the responsibility on the on the team here is to ensure that their end users are able to actually, we are able to meet their their needs, which is in two ways. One, I think the point that you rightly pointed out here was that by doing away with this intermediary, right, we are able to actually capture the information faster, right? The cost associated with the flow of paper, because if it is if it has to happen rather than in a distributed manner, if it has to happen in a centralized centralized manner, it means that there is a cost, right, of actually that of that document moving. There is a cost of storing it. So the fact that we can do it in a distributed way, in a balanced deployment scenario, we are able to actually bring down that cost, and two, we are able to digitize that faster. And on the flip side, right, what it also means is that a lot of that information, if it has to be converted back into paper, right, that again doesn't need to happen in a two-step way. It can happen on the device itself. So what we are effectively saying is that if we have some of this content, you either a SharePoint, or there are certain user forms, right, and there's certain templates which are made available on the on the device itself. All that one has to do is, without having to access your PC, one is able to do that in a one step on the device itself, right? So that's that's one very critical element. So it eliminates this intermediary step of using your PC both ways, both in terms of loading, uploading, which is up the ramp, and also being able to print that when you need it. The applications could be many. The applications could be when you are looking at possibly an interface with the end customer, right? I would just to give an example, it means that if there is a template which has to be taken, filled up, scanned, uploaded, and it could be approved in real time, printed again back on the device, and it's done. So what it means is it brings in a speed to the entire process, right? And we can when we can look at it as a end customer scenario, or we can look at it as our internal employees also being end customers. So if you're able to bring in that speed of execution both ways, that's where it can really make an impact.
Could you tell us where you are starting and what's your vision towards?
As an organization, we have the entire our enterprise application team is definitely looking at various solutions for developing the workflows. There are various technologies which are being used. Some custom made using .NET environment, and second is something very specialized application like Cordis, etc. Which is directly within control of the infrastructure, which currently I am focusing out. Although Mr. Jain has mentioned various things which are related to business using a data flow. We interact with our HR department. People have to fill up, visit that place. So many forms, medical forms they have to fill up. How we can do all this digitized workflows part? Those are the immense possibilities we have already where we are working out. Few areas which are very directly linked to infrastructure, which I am giving an example, is as simple as filling up an IMAC form or putting a request for any new PC, which requires a person to first go to the portal, go to the standard template of the IMAC, okay, take a printout, okay, with signature, scan it, and send it to the IT service desk.
That's very, very important.
And very simple, because why for a location, for user which are spread across 130 plus location, and where a single interface for them with IT is only the IT service desk, which is running from an offshore delivery center. You have to, this process, you have to interface with the service desk, and to standardize this process, this is a very simple part I am talking about, and what we are looking at, how we can digitize this workflow. Of the various around 8,000 service requests we receive every month.
That's huge.
Only for such requests for getting a domain ID, access to the email access, IMEC forms. And if I see our daily trend, I see normally at any moment of time around 300-400 calls are open. Why? First, around 40% user has not filled up the form correctly. And then the different chain of emails start between IT service desk and the end user. He will submit his form, I have submitted, he say, no, you have forgot to fill the date out there. The IT service desk agent resend that, the form is not filled, please fill up the date. I am seeing, this is a very practical part I am talking about. 30-40% calls are just waiting there, where my turnaround time is getting increased, just because of these simple things.
The culture of taking printouts, that is the main disadvantage. I mean, for going digitally and all these things. Even if we store the information digitally, we have habit to take a printout and keep it in a file. So that is the main culture what we are used to do every day. I mean, that is the one point. Second is for Sir you that all these are MFPs. This technology and innovation is very. I mean, nobody can challenge about the HP products. We do agree about that. Only thing is for doing the digitization and all these workflows, storing it in a cloud or something available for all locations, we need to invest on our infrastructure first. One thing is the links, the internet bandwidth and all these things we need to upgrade. If we have 8 MB, then we have to go for 16 MB or 32 MB, different lines, the availability of the links. We need to upgrade the storages also, centralized storages for keeping all this data, digital data. The third point is, sir, for service desk and all these things, what the practices happening in your company like that. There are so many,
Sir,
softwares are available
Sir,
where we can authorize the tickets online, and finally we have the final document ready for the, it is a centralized or something like that.
Okay, so regarding your first question about the culture of printing, right, taking the prints. I think there are two aspects. One is the mindset or the habit which has to change as a part of education and awareness. And I think second important is the reason why people go to take prints. And I think this reminds me one example in the late 90s when emails was just a new thing. And in the organization, because the email was running on a dial-up telephone line, there was one telephone line, one modem which was dedicated to the emails, and there was one email account which was shared across the organization. So what people used to do is when there is an email which has come, they will take a print of that email and put it in a file. Right? There is a big box file where they will put the emails. Now it looks funny, why they are printing each and every email. But the reason is that because it's a shared resource, they are not sure if the email is going to remain there or somebody is going to delete it. So they want to be double sure and they will take a print and keep it with them. I think that's the cause we need to address and attack so that this kind of security concerns go away and then the habits can change.
Absolutely.
But if I can just add here, I think we've come a long way, right? And whether we like it or we don't, sir, the fact of the matter is that the world is going to go where information is only going to increase, right? The question is, are we going to keep pace with that, or are we going to get left behind? Now, if you just look at from an infrastructure perspective, I think even looking at what the government of the country is doing, right, is recognizing this fact. Either in terms of our infrastructure, right, in terms of bandwidth, right, we're looking at rural broadband availability. We're looking at multiple ways by which the government is actually working in that direction, because that is a reality. And more so in a country like India, I think the biggest asset that we have here in India, which is not available in many of the countries, is that we have growth, right? We have a population which is aspiring, right? With the mobile penetration that we have in this country, right? It is only inevitable that they are going to seek information. Now, question is, Are we going to be in tune with that or not, right? And even to look at this point around around the government, right? Earlier there was a time, as you just rightly mentioned, sir, there was a time when emails was not a preferred form of communication, right? It was not accepted. But today, we get everything online. We get POs online. We submit invoices online. I'll give you an example. Director General of Supplies and Distribution, DGSND, which you are all aware of, right? I think all of you would be aware. They don't take paper orders. It's all online, which means there is an infrastructure which is in place, and it's been there for the last. This is going to be the 3rd year where it is happening. So, I'm sure, I think from where we are and where we are going, we have certainly come a long way, and I can only hope that we are going to be progressing, as the country progresses.
Come back to that issue of the issue of the forms and the issue of the way we bandwidth, for example. How does MFPs, does MFPs really have an answer to these issues that we are facing?
So let me just give you an example. So we've discussed here, we discussed certain government organizations, we discussed Indian large Indian organizations. We're looking at multinationals, right? I would just want to expand the scope a little bit further, right? Let me extend this to the point that in India, what's the in terms of our small and medium enterprises, right? They have a huge number of organizations, right, which are operating in the country, right, which possibly are not at a very advanced stage either in terms of their IT infrastructure or in terms of workflows and stuff like that, right. I want to start from there. I'm sure you will agree that if I look at a small and medium enterprise, couple of key factors stand out very clearly. One, definitely they don't have a very advanced IT. They possibly don't have as many resources to manage their IT infrastructure, right? Definitely they need to fit something within their budget, right? So it has to be at a right price. Definitely the important factor for them is that as my business grows, right, can this solution scale with me, right? Can it as I move to the next level? And the key thing here is that if you look at it as just a device, which can scan and print, right, and upload it to the cloud, right, it is not actually bringing out the most important element, which is a solution which is dealing with information, right, making it faster, making it accessible, making it easy to operate without a large amount of expertise, can be a business driver. So notwithstanding, sir, I'm not denying the fact that there will be obstacles on the way. There will be infrastructure issues, right? You need to upgrade your storage. You need to have a bandwidth, etc., etc. But look at it this way: that what can it do for you? What can the device achieve for you? It can be a business driver. So for a small, I'm saying even for a small and medium enterprise, right? This can be just the right fit in terms of addressing all these 4 needs. It can lead to better outcomes and productivity for the business. It can fit within their from a budget perspective, right? It is easy to operate, all within a box, very intuitive, right? The complete solution built in, right? Solution inside a box, as I'm fond of calling it, and it is scalable. It grows with it, right? So Prashant, I wanted to bring in that element that we talked about some of these larger organizations where it can actually help in terms of improving the response time and information flow, right? It can have much wider, it can have a much wider application, and that is where technology actually makes the difference. Recognizing the fact that you can print from your laptop, you can print from your mobile or from your tablet, you should be able to print wirelessly. So which is possible, right, only if the device supports wireless printing, right, which is an inbuilt feature. So that is point number 1.
To be frank, yes, cost plays a vital role, okay. But as you were mentioning in your presentation, we always look at the cost of owning that printing device itself. We don't look at the cost of the entire total cost of ownership of the entire workflow. The amount of time and employees, productive time which is spent in doing this entire activity, scanning, printing. I think if we consider all this activity, I think really it can make a business case, and definitely we'll try to take your help in building a business case.
We can manage a complete fleet across multiple locations using automation effectively by setting deadlines, right, and ensuring that even in remote locations where there are no IT resources or there are no IT manpower, right, those locations don't get left behind in terms of the access to technology. So when I just mentioned that we might have in a very remote location, we might have a dealership, and we need to have a device which can actually speeden up this entire thing. I give you the example of one of our products by which the hotspot by which you could do that. It can actually bring in that degree of reduction in cost.
Cost, yes, but what would how would it suit an SME? Otis and Tata Motors are big shops. But
That is the solution inside the box. The fact that you do not need dedicated and specialized IT resources to manage it, right? And the fact that it is scalable to your needs, right? And most importantly, right, any investment that a small and medium enterprise makes has to give a return on that investment. So if it is able to drive a business objective and help them grow and bring speed and productivity to their business, it is an absolutely very strong return on their investment.
so I thank Mr. Jain, Mr. Ahmed, and Mr. Singh for joining us here today. It was wonderful speaking to you.